And I'm going to encourage like our green to mix in a little because that's still wet. I'm keeping it nice and light. Wow, this is so different for us. Just different from how we normally work. Let's make sure we don't lose that blue because we can actually utilize it at like the base of some of these petals for where like, you know, there might be like some shadow. We can get kind of a head start on making some shadows. Oh, and this was meant to go up. I see. Up a little further. It did not end there. Got it. Cool. I'm going to curl that one around a little. Just a little extra interest and life there. Oh my God, it looks good already. Back in a bit and you will share pics. I want to see. I want to see. Kanta also has a very cool challenge coming up that Kanta can tell us about when they get back. Now this other one, I think I want more of our pink color to get started. So we'll use just more of our pinky color. But I'm going to still encourage that green to encroach in a little bit. There we go. There's a leaf back there. Not leaf, petal. Petal, they're petals. Geez, Mal, know your flower parts. If you see a guy or girl you like, you go to them and start talking to them and boom, out of nowhere, you're good with them. Oh, well, it sounds like, doesn't sound like you need a class at all on how to make friends. If you've got it. When you see people in person, they're also like, right? They're like a little, sometimes you get, depending on the place where it is, you can get a little head start because it's a self-selected location. You're meeting them at a place they literally chose to be, which gives you like a very cool, like, sense of like, you know, maybe something that they enjoy because they're there at the same place as you, or that they're local, or that you share an interest. You know, like that's so helpful in starting to get to know people because you both have that reassurance. There's shared space. I actually was listening to a video about that this morning. It was kind of like a weird video. I just wanted something to listen to, kind of to like kind of fall asleep, and like the person's voice was pretty relaxing, so I was like, okay. But he was talking about he had gone on the Appalachian Trail. That was his jam. So I'm making some very light petals here. And I'm making them pretty loose. And you'll see why in a sec. I'm just going to let them sort in for a very short period of time. Let them settle into the paper just a little bit. Just a wee bit. I think there is a fin hair stuck to my brush. Yep, I can see it. How to paint with cat hair. That's the class you wanted. Thanks, Tara. Your parents backpack parts of the... Ooh, that's very cool. Do they meet people? Hey, Burbs. How you doing? This flower feels wonky. Might have to re-evaluate this little friend, but in the meantime, we'll just keep them. We'll just keep them. Those are very loose, and I told you I was going to keep them loose, and that's because I want to put that blue in and have the blue enter the petals. I want these colors to mix. And so this is kind of that wet on wet. This is the one place where we're going to deviate just slightly from that class, but it's okay because it's just this is the way I like to do it. But I'm sure there's other classes, right, that they would show you a very similar technique, because these ones in the background are a little, we want them to be a little like fuzzed out in the background, you know? I think you know what I mean. Oh, that was a little much. We might have to redo that section only because I just blotted it. Boop, boop, ba-doop. How's the role-playing been going, Burbs? Oh, by the way, I love the new emotes and I love your new Discord server picture. Both you and Dark Insanities have new Discord server pictures and like user pictures, and they're beautiful. So if you want to show off emotes or tell us who made them or anything like that, please feel free. Ooh, they're blending nice. I like the way that these are blending together. All three of those flowers in the background, I like the way that is happening. Can we add a little more blue? So earlier, Finn unrolled a big chunk of paper towel, and I was like, it's a mess, but I'll take it. I'll use it. I'll just roll it back up. He must have laid across the whole thing, because the entire thing is like full of Finn hair. So I'll have to be extra careful with our brush today. Because, oh my, did he do a number to it? Silly Finn. This is a slightly lighter blue that I'm putting on our coneflower thistle thing, and then we'll darken up the base of it with some other color. Oh, I forgot this one. I guess that one will be the pink color. Yeah, but I'm going to dull it out a little with that green next door so that, yeah, so it's not so in your face, even though it's like super, super close up. There we go. Yeah, this one's super close to us, but that's all right. And I think we'll get some leaf down there. We'll get a little different shape going down there. Spray the Finn? No, why would you spray a kitty cat? I'm glad it's going so well, Burbs. That is great news. I'm so glad your friends have made friends. Your parents have made friends, Vixen, on the trail. How to make brushes with cat hair? I don't think you would like do that on Skillshare, but we could we could certainly take a look and see if there's something that would be how to make your own brushes. That's not what we want. Oh, he's so good. I want someone to take this class because he's amazing at what he does. This was the plush toy. So let's see how to make brush. Ooh. Okay, so some of these are how to make digital brushes. Like within Procreate, how to make a brush. Make and use Photoshop brushes. So it's not just Procreate, Photoshop's in here. I wonder if they might have like, you know, like Illustrator as well. Can you make brushes in Illustrator? Mixed media compositions. Patterns and brush making in Procreate. Ooh, this is a Procreate for lunch class. So it's designed to be pretty quick, 40 minutes. I'm just going to mute you because we just want to see what you do. A dots pattern brush. So she's going to draw out the dot. Okay. Okay. All right. We got some layers and an overall color. Oh, she's making them very specific. So this would make a pattern. So like using these overlapping squares. Cool. Very cool. Oh, this is more complex than just making a normal brush because I think she's got them on half. Their opacity in the corners because they're made to overlap so that when you brush with it, here are all the, oh my God, I see. Look at that. They're like negative dots. They would show what's underneath. Does this count, Westy? Look at how cool. So if you want to take like neat classes like this is specifically dots, or any of the others, like how to make a resume, how to make great content for like Instagram or, you know, TikTok, those types of things. Oh, this is a gingham pattern. Very cool. Let's see what it looks like at the end. Oh, look how awesome that is. I love that she shows you each little bit of what Procreate will let you do. So she's describing what all those sliders do. And if you've ever done something like that, it's a ton. That is a ton of slider. It's hard to know what they all do. Very tough to know what they do. This is the section I found for resume writing, which I thought was very cool, including like resumes for engineers, how to do it for finance, how to talk with strength in your interview, how to write it if a CV for creative writing, or if you're switching job industries, you know, like how many people are like realizing, hey, my job is not going to keep up with like inflation. My job is not going to pay me what my time is worth. This is going to help you write the resume, a modern resume, to get noticed. And they've got people who are like within certain industries. This person from Glassdoor who's going to teach you, you know, all sorts of different people for resumes for women, resumes for creative industries. Like, how else do you get this? A course on how to use ChatGPT. Interesting. You never know what you're going to find, and there's just new videos going up all the time. How to write a personal statement for applying to a university. Amazing. Amazing. I love the pattern making ones. The pattern making ones are the ones I'm excited to take. This one is, right, the animated cat sticker. I want to see if she shows it to you. Like, I don't know how. Imagine if we could have an animated, you know, like little sticker of Finn on stream, or like a little PNG tuber of Finn, right? Like on stream, and you can make them show up. We can put it on Giphy. I hadn't considered that. And she gives you the files. Oh my God. Let's save this one. Adorable. And look what people have made. There's a panda. Kanta would be so happy. Kanta's currently stuffing her face with chicken quesadilla. All sorts of different kinds of cats. Oh, that's awesome. Project resources. See, there's these examples already that you can just download and try out. I love it when they give you files. Like the Lisa Bardot ones give you like oftentimes brushes, which is amazing. So good. You have seen make brushes from cat, human, dog hair tutorials. Were they good? Were they good? Oh my God. A point where like a resting spot. That is so cool. Look at those cute socks. We could do this. We could do this. Maybe this one's good for the March one. And we could do some digital things. I was excited to do the like traditional classes, but we could like follow this along in March. We'll probably have a vote on what we should do. There are a lot of people on other platforms that will give you info on like resume writing, but a lot of them are like little tidbits, right? Like it's short form video, which is good, but sometimes long form video is going to like help you in the moment write it, like follow along. So it's good to have both. Like I love to watch this woman on Instagram who does, what's her name? A power mood. She's phenomenal. She and Skillshare might do forever. She's got a book coming out. That would be an interesting partnership to see. But like her short form stuff it's excellent, but I'm glad she's got a book coming out because the 1 minute whatever isn't enough. You're going to need more examples. And that's kind of the nice thing about a long form class like Skillshare is you get more examples. Like at the time you're really wanting them, which I'm psyched for. Oh, you should totally put that into Discord. That would be a great thing to put into Discord. I don't think I would ever go on like an Appalachian Trail hike, but it is interesting. It was a cool video to watch. The brushes were all right. Made interesting marks, but I bet they could be good with a bit more shaping. Do you know what I wonder if they have that I did in college, but I really haven't done since? It was drawing and painting with nature materials. I don't even know how would you search for that? What's a phrase you would use? Like we use sticks and if I just type in nature, I'm going to get like a shit ton of things, I think. Oh gosh, this is pretty. This is gorgeous. I meant to have this over here, but like, look at those mushrooms. Oh my God. This is so pretty. Okay, we're gonna save the mushroom one. All right. Get some cool photo. Get it from like Pexels or something that you have permission for. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely, Vixen. Absolutely. We'll save this in case this is something you guys want to do together as well. So this is digital, but it looks like there's a traditional one as well. Oh, I see. It's the different looks of them. Oh, mushroom wreath. I've never heard of a mushroom. Oh my God. How cute is that? How cute. That would really help with like how to put mushrooms on something at different angles. I just in general chat, I think would be good. I think that would be so good. All right. That's saved. That one looks so good. So, so good. All right. I was just thinking of like, what is a good leaf shape? Because we definitely need, you know, like some leaf shapes in here. Let's alternate where they come out of. That way this one could be like, there we go. Not quite so high. And alternate their shapes. I love this pencil. I like any pencil that writes very lightly. I bought a different set of pencils online and they write so dark, but they'll be like really good for the sketchbook. Yeah, we'll just have it come up. Like it attaches in a very different place. There we go. Let's get some little leaf ideas. How should this one reach down so it like curls in? Yeah. We could also have one that's like a little broken, a little mothy in, you know, like the caterpillars got to it. Just things that are gonna kind of point us back in the right direction is what I'm most looking for. This leaf is definitely kind of out of control. It does not need to come that low, but we could create like shadow beneath it. There we go. I touched something that was wet. I think it was here. There we go. Just blot them out a little bit. They're doing well though. Overall, I think that class really did help us start to form some shapes and lines and things like that that are going to work out. And now it's, you know, we just got to figure out how to continue. Oh, that works too. Techniques and tips is great. I'm trying to remember like kind of specifically what it was around. That's pretty good. All right, so this is almost done drying, but what I need is a little bit of a break for a hot coffee refill, a little bit of a stretch, I think is in order. And then we'll continue working on this and see where it takes us. Does this sound good? Oh, I like how I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this thing and follow the directions of the mods. And then Wisty's like, here's the threat. Dark, give Wisty her account back. It did read like something Dark had said, almost like copy pasted. I'm impressed, Wisty. You know, like, I know because Wisty is a mom that she's got that, like, I can not be mean, but, you know, like, I also know because she's a brat, you know, you know that she knows how to scold, right? Like, I know it. So thank you, Wisty, for looking out. Wisty is a great mod. All the mods in the channel are really fantastic people. They've been so helpful with this. So helpful. So before I go, that link pinned at the top, go for a break. Before I go for my break, that link pinned at the top is the link to use to sign up for Skillshare, right? And signing up there is going to help us get our stream camera updated, which is what I am most excited for. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for clicking the link and signing up with Skillshare. And I will be back in like 3 or 4 minutes with hot coffee and having stretched. And I felt like there was something else I wanted to show you, so I will find that as well. All right, I'll be right back. Do you see the troublemaker? Do you see the troublemaker? I see the troublemaker. Come here. Come here, silly. This is for you. That water's not for you. Look at this troublemaker. I see you, Lone. I see you and your bad words. Oh, yeah, Vixen, that would be the best dinner. I love that. Love it. I struggle on how to pronounce it, but I love it. Troublemaker water? Yeah, I give him his own water. There you go. The paint's dry. It can sit. I don't want him drinking paint water. That would be terrible. He dipped his paw in. Yep, he did. It'll be okay, though, because it's acrylic wash. But you can tell why I don't work in watercolor, right? Because, like, can you imagine if he came and did that? That would be the end of my piece. Finn, where's my lip balm? Is that it? I didn't even get to pet you. He just looked at me. Do you want a treat? Hold on. Oh, he jumped down. Faster than I could get his treat bag out. Did I move my lip balm? Oh, did he knock it off? I did hear something fall on the floor. He probably knocked it off. Come up here. Meow. Meow. Come up here. It's so funny to me that he's circling the table. Oh, he wants me to throw his treat. Come here. He won't hop up on the table for the treat. He wants me to throw it so he can go chase it. Oh my God, you're freaking adorable. Come up. Oh, there we go. Good cat. You figured it out. You figured it out. Oh yeah. Is that tasty? Is that the most delicious that you've ever had? You ate them all so fast. That was so fast. Thanks, Finn. Thanks. I'm watching Wisty type. Thank you, Wisty. Jeebus. Thank you so much. Oh, how do you say the eggs in purgatory dish? That's how I watermark my art, of course. That would make a lot of sense. He is a troublemaker and also so cute. What did you do with my lip balm? Where did it go? I need lip balm. I really think he like knocked it somewhere because I know I'm always looking for it, but like literally don't see it. Don't see it anywhere. Did you take it? I'm gonna push away from the desk. On the floor. On the floor. My lip balm. On the floor. How did this happen? How did it happen? Just amazing. Oh my goodness. How often do you clean your coffee pot? Finn, what's up? You want your water again? There you go. You're so funny. You're such a funny kitty cat. How many people go pss, pss when Finn appears? They might. They might. You would like Finn to have many pats? I can only pet him lightly. Like, not a lot of pets, because then he'll just go away. Like, when he's eating or drinking water, he really does not like being pet. When he's hungry and like all up in my business, then I can pet him as much as I want because he's just hoping he'll get fed. So I'll just pet him and pet him and pet him and pet him. And I'm like, oh, you're here for love. And oh, you did not want that shut. You little dick. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Hello, Ambry. I hope you're having a great day. I don't have a traditional coffee pot. So that's a tough question, Todd. I have what is that called? I used to have a mocha pot, the little metal Italian thing, which is so much fun to make coffee in, but you basically make like 1 or 2 little like espressos at a time. So now I have a big French press. Probably makes 30 ounces of coffee, I think. And I wash that pretty much every day. Every so often there's a day where I'm like, I don't have time, and I just rinse it and kind of give it a good paper towel wipe. But that's pretty rare. So I wash it every day. But it's super easy to wash. But you, like coffee, if it sits, like coffee has oils in it and stuff, like you do not want that sitting around. You want to wash that fairly frequently. Because sitting is not good for a coffee pot. Just gonna get the brushes out of the water and let them rest up top for a minute. And then I wanted a medium-sized brush. That's what I was looking for. Maybe this guy. I like this guy a lot. There's just some things he's better for than others. Or like this guy. Although I kind of ruined this one, which is too bad. Just too bad. All right, so I wanted to get, did this all dry? It did. Okay. So we'll just wipe it up. That's how I deal with dried acrylic wash, is you just wet a paper towel and wipe it. It's the best stuff ever. And if it's dried for a day or two, like sometimes before stream, I'm like, oh shoot, the paint is still on it from last time. And because we have the metal butcher's tray, which is what this thing is that I'm cleaning off right now, because of that, I can just put, like, when I make hot water in the kettle for tea or for coffee, like I just use a little bit of that and pour it onto the butcher's tray, and all the paint comes up. Give it like a minute or two to just kind of sit, so I'm not wrestling with it, and then it all comes up. There we go. And I'm gonna give it just a little bit of a, just make sure this area is dry, because otherwise that paint will go everywhere. I think Finn left us a couple little kitty hairs. Thanks, Finn. All right, let's get kind of a darker, there we go. This color. Some of which I want to put on here. So we have kind of like a neutral blue in this as well. Hooray! Let's get a little less paint on this so that we can also get these areas a little bit. because it can't all be one color. That would be so weird. But then I'm just going to add the slightest amount of green to this color, a leaf green little well. This one's a little lighter. And an olive green little well. We lost some of our purple. There we go. And these two colors can be the base of our leaf colors. There we go. Especially these two, because they're kind of more in shadow. So just like the Skillshare video, just focusing on one area at a time, making sure we get that all set, let it dry, and then move on to the next little part. Now these little friends that are further up, we're going to use the leaf green. What is this? What is that pencil line? Can we get rid of you? Yep. Okay. There's just a few areas where there's like a little too much pencil line, and so I want to... And I erased right through the gouache. I don't know if you saw that, but I erased right through the gouache. As long as the gouache is light, you're going to have that opportunity. There we go. You did not offend Finn. Yeah, French press. Actual coffee maker. So I washed that pot. Oh, that's... No. No. Too little. That's why I don't use the Keurig at work, is because I'm not sure who cleans it or on what interval. Peta, thank you so much for the follow. Please feel free to come say hi or lurk if you've been lurking. Hey, Patsy. Architecture. Yes. Kanta, now that you're back, do you want to tell us about marketecture? I teased it, but like, you're really the one who should tell us about it. Am I putting Kanta on the spot? Yes. Do I feel bad about it? Nope. Oh, we don't have any white out. Let's get some white. White. Patsy, how are you doing? Have you guys seen Patsy streaming again? Patsy's like, I'm going to come back regularly, every so often in stream, because she misses it. So we all like, you know, had like a little dance party that we could see Patsy stream again. And we were like, okay, so maybe she'll stream like once this week. And that would be just be amazing because, you know, we just miss her so much. And like, then she streamed 3 times. Three times. Spoiled us rotten. It was the best. All right. Well, when you come back from doing dishes, could you wash Todd's coffee pot? Actually, things sounds very neglected. When you come back, you can tell us about marketecture, and we'll look up on Skillshare what they've got for architecture, as you requested, which is so cool. And we'll look up the Lego. Boop, boop. So definitely, if you didn't know that Patsy is back streaming occasionally. Oh God, Finn, why? I just put a ton of paint on this. Why, sir? I don't want you to step on it. Is it okay if you don't step on it? But I'll give you your water. Of course you're going to put your paw in it and not your face. Don't step on the painting. He's such trouble. Peter, did I say your name right? Or Peteru? Or is it? Yeah, you let me know if I said it wrong. Received a package. Aw, the paw print is, I think that's so nice, Wisty, that they're going to give you those things. It is sad, but it's also like you'll have that forever. You will have that forever. Oh, where are you going, sir? Oh, no. Why? That's wet paint. That's wet paint. That is also wet paint. Thank you. You can just hear it in my voice. Oh, good. Good, good. Peter, if you want to tell us what you're working on, feel free. You want to kind of tell us the artwork you're into? But if you prefer to lurk and just work on your project, that's okay too. I just love hearing about. I just put the water away, Finn. What do you want? I see your paw, sir. What do you? This is not a Wendy's. Is this what you want? Or are you just settling in? You're crouched down like you're gonna. Okay. I'll just have some coffee while you have some water, Finn. If you got a beverage, enjoy it with us. No, you can't go that way. 1, you're not allowed to drink paint water. 2, you're not up on the little shelf. Are you just putting your ass in my face for a reason? He's sniffing my iPad for no reason. Oh no. Okay. All right. We're going to move our candle out of tail reach. I also want to make sure tail does not end up in paint because most of the floor in my place is rug. He's now sniffing colored pencils. Can you believe this? He's just taken over my desk. Has absolutely taken over my desk. Okay, there we go. There we go. Unbelievable, Finn. Unbelievable. Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. I just never, kind of know what's going to happen with this adorable cat and his shenanigans. Amazing. Amazing. There we go. Goodness, we can get his water out of the way. And there is a clip. Perfect. Perfect cat energy, right? Thanks for the clip, Wisty. Wisty always clips the best things. Oh my God. And there's the link in chat, our special link just for us. When we do the stream in March, we'll actually have a different link, which was fascinating to me that would occur because I did not know. I did not know that was the thing, but we'll have a different link for that day, which is very exciting. Oh, I want the little link. Our little reminder on Instagram went away. There we go. Oh, okay. How do I want to put this? Oh, that's cool. That looks cool. All right. Now we can get back to our blue color that we were putting everywhere, huh? Hey, Fluffy, how you doing? Drawing a logo for someone. Part of it is a toad riding a motorcycle. Oh, that sounds awesome. Reminds me of some of the things that that Margot makes. Margot loves, you know, like frogs and toads and, well, I guess, what did she say? Frogs? Toads are frogs? Toads are frogs. Yeah. And she's working on a picture that's all frogs right now. But if you ever want to share your, like the artwork that you're working on, the logo in Discord, feel free. There's also a section at the bottom of the Discord called Art Market. So if your services are for sale and you're looking for people to like purchase your services, you can also put them there in that channel, so people know how to find you and how to hire you if they're looking for, you know, logos and that sort of thing. All right, so we got blue pretty much all over this thing now, which is great. That's what we wanted. And in some of the areas that are wet, I'm just gonna add like the impression of a leaf, right? Not an actual leaf, just like a little impression that there is a leaf back there. You know, like if someone went to investigate, they would find the whole leaf, right? And put some of them also like in between our flower petals, because this would also have leaves, right? But it's just like the slightest impression. And you just want to trust your gut as to like where this would show up. You want to trust your gut. Because you don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. I know that might sound like kind of screwed either way, but you're not. Especially with acrylic gouache, you're not. Just trust your gut a little bit. There we go. Hints of leaf. And for some of these back here, we can take it even like a step further to cast them a little in shadow. That's okay too, because some of them will be a little in shadow so that our main two stand out more. Oh, I'm so excited to put the rest of the texture on this. Of course, Vixen. Of course. Fluffy, I love the way you type that. Top 5 resume job seeker advice people on LinkedIn and Instagram. Awesome. Acrylic gouache paint. Sorry if I was not pronouncing it correct. It is a gouache and an acrylic paint mixed together. Acrylic gouache. That's what it is. And so you get like the watercolory effect of gouache, but the permanence of acrylic, which is why I can keep going back over it. That's what allows us to do that. And you can always ask a question. Thank you for asking. Oh, I think this is like just the right color. Let's see. I want to get, we painted them fairly dark because there's all these dots on this flower of like lighter color. And I want to put them in, but the behind was darker. So this brush is going to help us put in some of the texture. And for the most part, I want these little things to be bigger towards the middle and the bottom. They don't have to be exact, right? Like they do have a little pattern on the flower, a little bit of a spiral, I would say, but you're not required to follow it exact. But I do kind of like to start from the middle in making the dots because it helps me figure out like how much space I've got to play with. Over here is like a fuzzy little area. There we go. And yeah, they can stick out a little bit. They might stick out from behind, right? Because these wrap around the whole thing, remember? So they can also stick out from like the side as they turn. There we go. There we go. I hope that comes through well. Just a little texture on the center there. And I think we're gonna have to mix up a little more of that for behind, and that color needs to be a little lighter and a little grayer for back there. And I'm gonna take some of the paint off the brush because that's gonna be small and I just want to use the tip of the brush for little bits because you would not even see it as clear back here. So like for these, the biggest one on this flower is going to be probably the size of the smallest one on the one up front. Is there water there? No. Okay. It's just very lightly, loosely painted, which is good. I'm moving my hand a little differently for this one because it's tilted. There we go. So far, happy with that. We'll probably put a little detail on it, but that's later. But we can also use a little bit of this color, but darken it. Is this the blue? This is the blue. Are you the blue? There we go. Because these are really flat, so we can start to add a little more. There we go. Just a little shading on our stems. There we go. And we'll do the same up here because these are super light. And I think I'm going to make the shape that I want of the shadow and then add the paint to it. So make kind of like a area that is wet and then add dots of this shadow color that will kind of like fill in the space eventually. That one might need a little connecting. It's very dotted. Marketecture. Yes, marketecture. We need the link in the draw this in your style and challenges area so it doesn't get lost in normal chat. And we need just a description, Kanta, or a link, something that we can take a peek at. And hey, Dark. Aw, I'm so glad you liked the house. Fluffy, do you want to see what I've done to it since? Because I kept working on it. Because I worked on it at 3 in the morning, and the thing that I forget is my iPad that late, early, whatever, has an orange tinge to it to save my eyes. So like, I'm looking at this thing in the morning and I'm like, that's not what I drew. Like, and I left this really bold roof line, which I didn't mean to at all. You can absolutely dilute the paint with water. Oh. It's for March. Marketecture is for March. How is Stream Dark? How's it going? Marketecture is a month-long challenge that Kanta is hosting this year, where you have 1 prompt per week. Here's a link to the prompt list for Marketecture. Oh no. I'll trust you, Kanta. I will trust you. But here's also a Discord link, which people might trust a little more. So this is Marketecture. 4 prompts in March, 1 per week. Create in any medium you like, digital, traditional. You want to try and do this in origami. You want to, you know, like sketch it, paint it, do it in, somebody might, who knows, maybe someone does it in like fabric. That would be cool. So Kanta, if I'm wondering what the difference is between modern architecture and like, how would I know these things? I know what a windmill is, but like cottagecore, storefront, I know. How can we know? What am I looking for modern architecture? It is so fun. I'm excited to do it. I think because we stream twice a week in March, we can do Kanta's challenge. We can keep up with the week, at least sketch it out. Like pick something and sketch it out. It's so good. Is that water paint or just paint, right? What? I don't know what that means. You killed Dave's character repeatedly and pissed off a dragon. Oh, I bet dragons look so good in Solasta. You have a Pinterest board with references. It's like Kanta thought of everything, right? Isn't that nice? Marketecture Pinterest board. No, I don't want to sign in. There's no collapse this thing. Okay. Windmills, storefronts. Look at this little cottage. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one looks so cool. Can't I like this one? I like the orange. I can't point to what it is without it dimming, but it's this color combo, the orange and the turquoise. I love it so much. Melon Cracker, it is acrylic gouache. And I think exclamation paint in chat will get you the details and probably a link to it, but it's acrylic gouache. I don't know what normal paint is, but this Pinterest board, Kanta, is awesome. Oh, look at all these little apartments on top of each other. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. Or maybe it's one house. I don't know. That might be one house. Either way, these would be so fun to paint. The windmills are super fun. Look at the round one. Ah, these are awesome. And then Pinterest is so good about suggesting more, huh? Windmill with the tulips. How very Dutch. You're awesome, Kanta. I'm so excited to try this out. It is so cool. Thanks, Kanta. There you go. All the details on the paint and a link. Subcategories. Fantastic. That is fantastic. And I heard you, read you, saw you before. And you were curious. Oh, let's not get this all of our flowers. Okay, here we go. So in Skillshare, oh no, do it again. Architecture, architecture design, architecture rendering, architecture drawing, software architecture. So we'll look at architecture drawing. There was even landscape architecture. Look at this. 1-point perspective with urban sketching, greenery in urban sketching, drawing houses, how to draw a street with gouache and colored pencil. Who's come to say hello? Sunflower Creative Studio. What a beautiful name. Welcome in. Feel free to come say hello. So Kanta, if you signed up for the 1 month of Skillshare on my link today, pinned at the top of chat, right? Like, or in my panels below. Yeah. Indoor sketching in Procreate, draw a floor plan illustration. There's a lot of like what they're calling urban sketching, which just seems like it's about buildings. Illustrate a cottage. Which one should we click on? What should we go for? And there's like some 3D modeling in here too. Specifically doors. This is so cool. Perspective things, how to draw in perspective. Travel illustration. That's amazing. Express. Thanks so much for the follow. You left it pretty loose. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I'll scroll up to the top and then there we go. Watching scroll is tough. Let's see what the homes look like. Or urban sketching. Here. They're both about the same. This one's got a lot of people who have enjoyed it. We could have also clicked on staff favorites or like the most popular ones to take a look. But this looks like, I love it. This has like a loose feel to it. So she's going to introduce us to the class. And then we've got tools and materials. So gouache, sketchbook, colored pencils. This flat brush I think is going to be really important for angles. If you've watched a Kanta stream, you've also seen that a ruler can be super helpful. And a very fine pencil. There's the pencil. Oh, this is cool. Oh, a few flat brushes and a little round one. Very cool. Painting and drawing techniques. I like the way she sets this up. Oh, and she's even going to show you how like traditional gouache works. A lot like watercolor, but typically more opaque, but you can water it down just like you see us do. There we go. She's going to take you through mixing colors for whatever you chose. Just putting out all her colors. You get a little bit of a color wheel here, so you know what to pick from. I like this house. I would live in this house. Thanks for the hydrate. We've got a fresh cup of coffee that I've been forgetting. Oh, over here. Sunflower Creative. What is it you like to create in art? What do you enjoy? Oh, is D&D there? Oh, that's a great question. Because that is creative. I wonder if anyone has made a Skillshare class for that. All right, we're going to fast forward a little bit. Ooh. This is interesting to me because I know at the end has several layers and layering in gouache is very interesting. Where's her kitty cat to put its paw in the water? Where's her kitty cat? Oh, she added a tree. Ah, and she's using the colored pencil for detail. That makes sense. So the gouache is for the main shapes. Ooh, she's even got this colored pencil. That's a polychromos, by the way. I can just tell. She's using it to go over the gouache, which is a cool effect that colored pencils can do. And then she's got a red-orange house. Oh, the shape of that is beautiful. That is cool. And it's such a good reminder that, like, you can paint things that the way you want them to paint. Like, even though this probably has a reference somewhere, you add whatever details you want, you know? Oh, I love the shape of that. That is pretty cool. All right, so let's look for... We'll also see if just D&D is there. How to draw old school dungeon maps. It's a couple Blender things. Dungeon Painter Studio. Oh, what's the software you use? What about D&D? Science, fiction, and fantasy. How an anthropologist designs a fictional society. Oh, that's cool. How to write a novel. That's interesting that these come up for D&D. So I think this is an area for further development for anyone who wants to make a Skillshare class on D&D. Then add color later. Todd, you can do it any way that you want. That's the cool thing about it. Doesn't that sound interesting? I think that's pretty cool. A bunch of people have taken it. We'll just save it. So building blocks of world building, magic, mythologies, and morals, food and drink, language and linguistics, some good categories to think of, beauty and economy, and interacting with outsiders. This class actually sounds fucking amazing. Look at this. Also perfectly applicable for Dungeons and Dragons, video game development, etc. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and some class projects. That is awesome. Definitely glad we saved this one because that sounds really cool. And that's probably the area of D&D that's the most interesting to me is like, what does the world look like? And also magical items. Those two are my favorite. Now, the other one we have to look at is Lego. Lego trench run? All right. And desk calendars, things like that. These are... There's a lot of building things here, but not specifically Lego, but that's okay. That was... I love this lady. She is so good. I watched most of this, but I will save it. The illustrating emotions was very cool. I didn't get to the whole thing yet, but I want to. Can we do the illustrate? Why is this button being so picky? Thank you. She was very cool and copied down eyebrow shapes and eye shapes and things like that from other artists, just so she could get a sense of like, what do faces do when they make, you know, this particular emotion? Like when someone's worried that their hand might be up, their eyes might be to the side, their eyebrows might have a slight up, but their face might be, their smile might be frowning, that type of thing, which is very cool. Astrophotography. Oh, that is a great one to look up. Here she is. Love it. So how to illustrate emotions. I'm excited for that one. And let's make sure it's saved. Astrophotography. Ooh, Lone, you're in good company here. Landscape, Astrophotography. Oh, it's such a long word. Intro to Astrophotography. Astronomy for starscapes and other helpful astrophotography planning tips. Oh. That one's short, 18 minutes, but this one's 2 hours long. This other one has over 12,000 people have taken this class. This is so cool. The gear you may need, how to do it on a phone. This one looks brand new. You want me to click on one of these? You let me know. I wonder about florist, being a florist. How to make a flower bouquet might also be in here. These are so cool. And remember, you can sign up through the link pinned at the top of chat, or there's a panel that you can also click on. And then there's also just in stream that's going through as well. Every so often in stream, I think every like 15 minutes or so, there's like a link for it. So Lone, if you want me to click on any, maybe the one that like everyone's taken, not everyone, but let's see what this. Oh, look at that. Gosh, that's beautiful. I love that they introduce it. Oh, I had not thought about the fact that there's going to be like different seasons, right? I did not think about the fact that there would be different times of year for things, but that's true. Oh, that is cool. So you can kind of pick out when you want to do it. Exposure for the full Milky Way. Ooh. Yeah, camera setup. Got it. Can we fast forward? We want to see the pretty. Ooh, focusing aids. That's awesome. That is so cool. And probably like different areas of the world that you're in. So there's some trial and error in this. That is so cool. Neat. Does this look like what you do? Is this pretty similar? That is neat. They are. Ooh, gosh. That is amazing. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Hey, Darth, good to see you. We just looked to see if there was anything D&D related in Skillshare, but we did find a cool class in kind of world building in a way, and like things to think of when you're kind of coming up with a society worth of things. And I thought that was pretty cool. But there's a channel point redeem if there's anything you wanted to look at. Well, I was curious on floral design. This is a lot of like, oh, here we go. Is this the career for me? Fall floral design, artful florals. Because you guys know, I love having flowers on stream, right? Like this is something that I love to do, is to have flowers on our stream. And I like to create these tiny mini bouquets. But like, I wonder about making something that would then be like ideal to paint, and I could like photograph it, and then we'd have flower references, but like how to do this is tricky. Hi, Melissa. Supplies, color palette. Let's go to choosing your flowers. Yes, you can bring a pencil sharpener on a plane. All right. All right. So it's kind of like choosing elements for a painting. Things that are small, things that are tall, things that are short, things bunched together, things that are big on their own. So a variety of shape and texture, color. I like that that went down because usually everything in a flower bouquet goes up, but the idea of something purposely going down is pretty cool. This little flower, this ranunculus, oh, they're my favorites. They droop pretty quick, though. Oh, there's flower care. I always wonder about this. It looks like she's building it in a florist block, which is a very cool way to have your flowers like stay put. You go over it. You do it. You do have to cut them, like, I think on an angle. And yeah, making sure they don't get too hot. You're going to be maid of honor. Oh, that's exciting. What are you going to wear? Hey, Red Tornado, you're a floral designer. A lot from fine art transfers. Ooh. Oh, I'm so glad that we get to talk to you today. How did you get into that, Red? Excellent, Todd. That's ideal. Oh, we were talking about this earlier, taking off the greens. Because they'll last longer. Because otherwise it has to feed the leaves before it gets to the flowers. And leaves aren't necessarily what you want. Well, very cool. Add foliage for shape. There are some cool dried things as well. I'm seeing these more and more places. These little like yellow. They're dried. They stay like this. They're just really great. I have them with like my dried hydrangeas and they're really hard. They remind me of like the inside of a daisy. Or like what you would use to hit a xylophone. All right, so we'll save her because that's very interesting, and I would love to do more of that. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool. She's awesome. So it's the link that's in chat. It's the link that's pinned. Oh, cool, Wisty. Very cool. Why am I getting Twitch things? Oh, that's very funny. I got a gift sub to something I don't know what it is. A channel I don't know. I love it. Anything can happen on Twitch. Anything can happen. There we go. And Darth, we were talking about you earlier because you were like the lone person who gets to put a Discord link into our server for your D&D stuff. But I was telling everyone like just how amazing it's going to be. And I hope everyone gets a chance to like check it out because it's going to be great. Just adding some. Oh, we can boost our music back up. There we go. I turned it down because we were looking at the video. There we go. Just, just want some what would you call this? Like shadow. Yeah, just a little bit of shadow on these. I like this song. We can get some, we can use the same color for like leaf shadow here. This is like a nice, just blue green combo. I feel like Grace working this way because it's just layers of paint, and like I never work this way, but this is how Grace works. So I feel like super special right now. Doing it the Grace way. But I liked that Skillshare class encouraged us to try things one area at a time, because a lot of times I'm so excited for what we're working on that like I will like hop around a lot, right? And that is sometimes cool, but sometimes does not do a good job for us, because I'll lose track of like where we're at or like what needs to happen next. So I liked a lot of things that were in that particular Skillshare class. And I'll put the details of that into Discord at the end. Because this link for Skillshare will stay good for a little bit, but not forever. When we do the next thing, the next class in March, like we'll have a different link. But I do hope you'll click the link and sign up, because that's how we're going to upgrade our stream camera, and I'm so excited. So your support in being here today it just means the world to me. But also signing up for a Skillshare account helps us even more so. And so I'm hoping you will give it a try and sign up. Have a great day, Vixen. I hope we do get to see you Wednesday. Enjoy your errand. I hope it's good weather. And thank you as always for just being here and being like so wonderfully supportive. And you've just got this great attitude. I love seeing you in chat. Love it. Enjoy the day. Survive the big boss battle? Is it like scary boss battle? Or is it like, is there a chance they may not have made it? I'm always curious about like how different teams do things differently. You know, like a D&D group that's like all experienced, or people who are all new, right? Like what do they think of, or like what fuels their imagination for D&D could come from different areas. Like, are they big readers, or, you know, like seasoned players, or, you know, did they watch a lot of like sci-fi fantasy things, or, you know, it's just so cool to see like where like kind of their reference for some of these things may come from. I'm getting this awesome yellowy, it's kind of a yellow pink color in some places. It just offers a very different shape and color contrast from what we have other places. So we can get some like stick-like shapes and other leaf shapes and things like that in here. And we can use it, you know, for like where the light might hit different parts of these leaves over here as well. I thought they were going to blend together, but they kind of didn't. We might have to like encourage that a little more, kind of let that dry in there and then encourage the blending. Oh, they're blending on the palette. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Well, as long as it's happening somewhere. They could have died easily had they. Ooh, that is so cool. That is the excitement. That's just like the coolest part, I think, of D&D is like anything can kind of happen. And some of it's totally random, like the dice rolls. And then some of it is like very, very, very like known, you know? Like some people will know like the different types of monsters that exist or, you know, like the possibilities that could occur. And then sometimes it'll be something that's like brand new, right? And you can always homebrew stuff. And I would think that that is very exciting for experienced players because then they're going to get, you know, they might think that something is going to be a specific monster and then bam, nope. It's something you've never heard of. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? I was just thinking about you the other day, actually, wondering how you were doing. Those emotes are so cute. That like heart. I love it. What have you been up to? Hopefully good things. Hopefully very good things. We're going to need more of this green color because I like this highlight color better. It's making for a very good highlight color. Ooh. There we go. So we'll put it. We'll try it here. And probably on a few leaves. This is the nice thing. You get to try things out. It's painting, right? You don't want to take anything so seriously that you can't have a little fun with it. Make the shapes that feel good. Just try different things. I didn't like that color there. I wiped it away with my finger. You can do it. Put a little green on our flower as well. A very similar green is going to highlight the blue petal part. So that'll be good too. Thank you. Progressing a bit. Well, I'm so glad. Do you want to share how that's happening or is you prefer to leave that a mystery? Darth, have you ever written what it's like to DM? Have you ever like blogged about it or it's something that I want Dark to do because he's a good writer and has DM'd some things and I thought wouldn't it be cool to read about that? You know, what is it like on the DM side? What is that like? This is like a cranberry color. I'm just using it a little bit, a little red in our green. It's just going to give us some color depth. And then I'm going to really tone it down and put it in our purple, but like super toned down for our like shadow areas. So it is a pink, but it's very warm and very muted. Because some of these things I don't ever want to like fully form out. They're going to stay like hints of things, right? So if they're going to stay like a hint of something, I want to use a fairly subdued color. And so they can get depth of color, they can get darkness in their color, but they're not vibrant. And that kind of lets you know, like, they're a ways away. They're not the closest thing to you. That one got a little muddy, but that's okay. I still like him. We just need to work with him a little bit. Maybe get some of that blue back there. We'll see. I'm kind of feeling like we need to put one more flower here and see what that looks like, but I think I want to let things dry for a minute and just see. Big Momster, hello. I thought of you the other day. I actually thought of our miscreated days the other day because of some game I was looking at that people were playing, and I was like, oh, this is just like miscreated. Oh, and also when I was watching The Last of Us, there's some scenes in The Last of Us where I'm like, I'm pretty sure we played this. Aloria, hello. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Dark, please write about what it's like to be a DM. That would be so interesting to read. And Darth. Yeah, there's subreddits that cover the DM experience pretty well. I never can get into Reddit. It's the lineup. It's the way that Reddit is set up. Like, my brain does not care for it. I can like do a little bit of scroll if it's like all pictures, but I'm not going to sit there and read Reddit. Do I have classes on painting on Skillshare? Oh, I wish. A mayo tomato. I love your name. I don't particularly have classes on Skillshare. I have just begun getting to know Skillshare from this side of things, although I've used Skillshare several times to make all sorts of different things. But we are today showing people all the different types of things that are available on Skillshare. And you have a whole month available to you free if you click the link at the top of chat or right there. Thanks, Wisty. Much appreciated. You missed D&D? Your group's fizzled out? Oh, this looks like fun. This might be another one to save because she does things the way we usually like to do them, which is a little more abstract. Oh, I like this. I'm also going to show you some prints that we got in today. Well, technically yesterday, I guess. This is so cool. Look at this. She talks about active observation and sensation. Oh, that is phenomenal. No, I don't want you to talk. I want to see what you make. Creamy texture and the in-between because of gouache, which we do this all the time. So I want to show you because she might get this into the video, but we've got it saved so we can always take a look at it. But the prints that we got in, oh my goodness. Aloria, you may want to, in my Discord, in the promo section, is a link to Darth right in chat. His information, he's running D&D groups and he's putting groups together, right? Oh, Miscreated went blah. How come? I didn't know that. Zatoro, good to see you. Big hugs to Zatoro, who said goodbye to a kitty cat this week. Big hugs to Zatoro. And I will vouch for Darth, Aloria. There's a lot of people where I'd be like, I don't know. Are they going to be a good DM? I don't really know them. And, you know, like as a woman in this world, I'm always a little picky about like who I match up with. You just want to see, like, what are your attitudes towards women, or the way that like men may want to play women in a game, or like, you never know. But Darth, one, I've known for a very long time. And I very, very, very much appreciate the way that he talks about things, the way he looks out for player safety. And as a woman playing D&D, feel completely comfortable that if something goes weird, he's going to catch it. He's going to catch it, he's going to name it, and he's not going to put up with it. So like, it's just a very comfortable atmosphere to play D&D without the normal worries. So, and that's not always easy to find. That's also true of Dark and the games that I've been in with Dark. And I think that would also be true for Rocky. I'm very picky. It would be true for Rocky. You are a terrible person, but I would vouch for you in this way because you were also always on this stuff. Don't vouch for Dark, just me. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Aloria. Thank you. It's a really important consideration, Darth. If I haven't said it before, my apologies, but like, it's a huge consideration. There have been gaming setups, more like in-person type things. You know, like there were reasons why like I didn't want to play certain games at gaming stores, and you would just like, you could just look out at the tables and see like there was not one girl at the table, right? So like if someone's playing some war game and decides to say something gross, am I going to be the only one to call it out, right? Like, no. Right? Like, it's one of the ways that, like, as women, we figure out, like, what are the comfortable places to be is, are there other women, right? Like, have you done a good job at retaining other women players? And if you have, awesome. Anyway, this is a print that I ordered for my shop. This is the newest one. And today's the last day of the 25% off sale. I'm really trying to make sure I don't have paint on my hands and not let it touch the painting below. But this is one of my favorites that I've put up on the store so far, and it frames so pretty. This is 12 by 15. So like the paper size is, what would you call that? The paper size is, I don't want to say traditional, standard. The paper size is standard. The piece inside, also fairly standard because of what I painted it on watercolor paper. But they're easy to find frames for. And look how vibrant they are and how much detail you get. Like this paint granulated while I was painting. It was one of the best parts about putting white and light colors over the dark Prussian blue. It did this granulation and it's all captured here. It's all right there. If you're like, it's getting a little fuzzy, that's why we're repping Skillshare today, is so we can update our stream camera so you can get accurate color and we'll be able to zoom with ease. This is the fall one. Oh, Lisa's amazing. Oh, Lisa, come join us. I've been enjoying D&D. I'm still very new. There's so much to learn, but it's been so amazing. And this really is like a great group of people. Wisty, have fun. Thank you so much for your support today. I do want someone to write a game of all female or non-binary players. I do. I want to see how it's different. I want to see. Had 2 women and 2 men in the group who finished the adventure yesterday. It was fascinating to see how differently women approach the game. Very cool. What did you notice, Darth? What in that particular group did you notice? Lisa, you would be so good at D&D. You would be so good. That is a good question, Dave. There was not a lot of D&D on Skillshare, but, you know, we'll teach Dark eventually. I'll finish my character sheet. I unfortunately don't have free time to play, so I have been going about it slow. And because it's a new class for me, cleric, I got a lot to read because I am reading about the classes as I play them. Every time I play a game, I try and make sure it's a different class. And then I read about them as I need the knowledge so it doesn't all get jumbled up in my head. Cannot read a D&D book cover to cover. Like, that's not going to happen. Because you are a goofball. Oh my goodness. That's such a fun part of D&D is you can have a table of goofballs, right? You can, pun it up. You can have the most hilarious moments. It doesn't have to be this serious thing, right? Like you can just have a shit ton of fun being goofy, especially like if you're someone who casts spells, you can use them for the most hilarious reasons. It doesn't have to be combat. Like you could just, like go around in an area being a goofball. Oh, you'd be so much fun to play with. You would so much fun. It would be amazing. Hey, Crazy, good to see you. I'm glad you like our limes. I wish there was more on Skillshare, Dave, about that, but the world building thing we found was really cool. And there might be other things that are applicable to D&D that may not say D&D in the title, because usually when you're looking for something, it's mostly, I think, pulling from the title, but there might be other things in there. And this is the last one I got the print of. We did get a fourth, but that one's for my mom and it's all like sealed up. So I don't want to take it out of the plastic again, especially now that we have paint out. I did that at the start of stream. So if you wanted to look at the fourth painting at the start of the VOD, you could totally do that. Male players get very technical. That's when my brain clicks out, listening to other players discuss technicalities. And I I'm gone. Or mechanics, right? I want the story. That is a cool thing you noticed. Yeah. Very story focused for me. And I want to play with other people who are story focused and see what happens. I wonder what that would be like. And maybe that's why I want like a all lady game a bit. Ooh, pronouns. Great call. Great call. So he, him for dark and he, him for Darth and anything but she, her for crazy. So like that would be like he, him, they, them crazy. She, her for Mick. Hello, Sean. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. He, him for Sean. I am she, her. Yeah, Dave's good at goofball characters. And Dave's got this great laugh as well. That is just, I love. It's like mischievous. And you're like, oh shit, what's happening? Because he'll laugh before he says the thing. You'll hear the laugh and then you're like, oh, fuck. D&D world building does require a very wide range of knowledge, such as the contents of a bakery, something that happened in the last game. So every other Saturday on Dark's channel, we're in a kind of long campaign and it's super fun. But yes, my character went to explore town and hop into a bakery. And since Dark does not take enjoyment from lots of different kinds of foods, like we just got to make up what was there. And then the whole group went to the bakery and then we really got to make up what was there. It was so fun. And I have in my, can I put this down maybe? I haven't finished them all. I have to make a cover for this. But in my book of our D&D adventures, this is how I take notes about the game. Keeps me focused on the game pretty well. We've had more episodes than I was thinking. Ooh, Dark hasn't even seen these notes from the last game, I don't think. This was a lot of what my character was doing while I was missing, aka traveling. But we have a cream puff and a cookie and like a cinnamon roll, all from the bakery. And I'm trying to figure out how to draw my character my way. This was super fun. I did piss off. And our wilderness with my character's legs in the tree, because she likes to hang out in the tree, but she is extremely tall. So it's not always easy to get lost. Oh, tell us about your big paint rack, Sean. I want to hear all about it. Jezebel, hello, hello. We're having one heck of a day. This was the last bit, I think, that I drew. This is the town we're in, and just kind of how I imagine the buildings and the street are. And then it was kind of like sunset time. So that's how I colored it. And then we got our little bird friend who's like, what the fuck is going on? Because there's some weirdness in this town. So, but I'll take pictures of those. I tried burning the top of this to get some texture, like just using like a candle and putting it over. But it's not doing enough. There's not enough taking place when I try and burn it. So I think I need a different texture idea. Maybe I'll try printing on it, like block printing on it. That would be fun. I'm so glad you like the notes. I'm glad we know it. I'm glad we know it, crazy. And I'm glad you like my notes. It's a great, great game so far. So it's next Saturday. Next Saturday is our next D&D game. So you'll have to catch it. And I always put info about it in Discord. And it's also in Dark's Discord as well. You've got experienced players that want to be DMing mid-game, Darth. That sounds tough. Sean, what is the best part of an estate sale? I haven't been to one in ages. And really, I was just kind of going to look. But were there cool things that you found? The paint rack, obviously. But I wonder what else is there. Stain it with coffee grounds. Ooh, I could do that. I have coffee grounds from making coffee today. Sandpaper. I could rough it up. Notes the goats. What? What, Lone? Did you see goats? Did you see goats? Oh, you're not, but maybe me. We're so silly. Before I just go off and insult all of you. Do you know what we should have looked for on Skillshare? If I turn on my keyboard so we can go look. Storytelling. Characters, conflict, context. Yes. Storytelling through film. That's kind of cool. Storytelling, of course, right? Because you've got to plan it out. I also like that some of this is going to match up visual storytelling, because if you're making environments to get your players through, you might want to think about that. You could pull pictures probably from like pixels and stuff like that to help tell the story, but how you tell it, how you move people through it, this is so good. This is so good. Look at that. The art of storytelling, how to craft engaging, persuasive, and memorable stories. I love it. I love it. Or better visual storytelling, discover and play with contextual contrast. This is so cool. Some of them refer to like brands and how to tell a story in your social media. Storytelling, create a believable villain or antagonist. Yes, yes. That is cool. Storytelling was what we needed to look up. I think my mouse is like needing a break or a charge. This is so cool. That's probably the part I'm most interested for D&D is like the world building. So like I wonder about how to make, you know, like cool environments or just backdrop images for it. I think Kanta's architecture thing will be helpful for that too. So this is what we've been talking about all day, is just the incredible power of things available through Skillshare. You know, everything from gouache to photography and more storytelling, how to make stickers, how to make animations, you know, how to, oh, that was our storytelling. This was pattern making. That was super fun. How to digitize your gouache drawings and paintings, floral design, like so many cool things. There's a resume one in here. There we go. Oh no, this is character creation right there. Oh, that's cool. How to create a character using a manga method. That's fascinating. Oh my goodness. Bello Lodge, aka Bells. Thanks for the follow. I don't know how many you would have went through, but we're glad to see you. I don't know who Never Again Lands is, but it's very nice to meet you. But these were prints we ordered of our work that came from InPrint. I was telling everyone about how good this paper feels, this heavy watercolor paper, and just how vibrant they are. I can't wait to get this in a frame, but I wanted to show you first. I risked getting them dirty for you. Crazy, you have a great day. Thanks for being here with us. Ooh, what's fun to make mistakes? Wobble! Oh my God, I was just thinking about you this week, wondering how you are. Oh my, I miss you. Miss you so much. Ah, Darth, that part, the metagame, which I feel like metagame has a bad connotation to it. I don't know if it's supposed to or not. But yeah, using D&D knowledge to make the decisions, that's really like, I'm kind of glad I don't know a lot about D&D, so I can't do that because I don't want to do that. Because that interferes with the story or what characters would do. Because characters are going to make dumb mistakes. They should. They really, really should. Oh, chaotically unpredictable. So you can't metagame. You're kind of making a barrier for yourself. That's smart. That's smart. You go to sleep in her streams all the time and you always wake up somewhere cool. Is there a chance, Bello, that you have an emote from that streamer? Do you have an emote from Never Again Land's stream? Hey, False Visual. Good to see you. Very good to see you. ASMR paper analysis. I mean, I wouldn't mind talking about like the texture of paper. Like this one's very smooth. The piece we're working on today is very smooth. A little less as we paint on it. I'm just scanning around to see if I have any of that rough watercolor paper available. Oh yeah, we do. We do. From our book club. Can you see? Can you see the texture on this? I don't know if you can, but you might be able to hear it. This texture feels so good. Like this is super soft and the paper is soft. And then this is like super rough. You're a DM and a player, Bello. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a feeling people can definitely do that. It's just if they want to separate it out, or if they're looking for like, I don't know, best combo or something. I don't know. Womble, I hope things have been good for you. I'm trying to get that paper to like sit somewhere. Everything's a little chaotic over here. Oh, how would that happen, Darth? I don't understand when a DM player, when a player with like DM experience or lots of experiences pushes their meta onto a new, I don't even think I would notice that happening. I don't think I would notice that happening. Well, that's all right. If you had an emote then we would just be able to click on it to give them a follow. But I'll just try and save their name so that I can, or at least we can get like a link. Oh, goodness. That's a cute little stream they got going on. A positive space for misfits, weirdos, and creatives. In Canada. Well, all Canadian people are lovely, right? That song got a little loud. But there we go. If people want to check them out. False visual. Do you like the emote? Oh, this is cool. It's neat hearing you guys talk about this. Darth and Dark, what do you guys think about like having like an on-stream discussion of DMing someday? I know Dark has been like filming a lot of like creation of maps and stuff like that, but it would be so cool to hear DMs get together and have a conversation about all sorts of different D&D topics.